In this video, I'm going to give you the recipe and demonstrate how to make the dough for Easter ham pies. This is a pie dough that has a little bit of grated cheese and some coarse pepper in it. The recipe calls for fat. I'm going to use lard as my fat. You can also use all-purpose shortening, or you could use a combination of butter and shortening if you like, but traditionally lard is what goes with this. It's very flavorful and adds a nice flavor to this recipe. The thing that may be a little bit difficult for you to find is coarse pepper. We use a pepper called butcher grind, but if you can't find it at the grocery store, you could always make your own by simply setting the knob on your pepper mill a little bit loose, and when you grind it, it makes a coarser ground pepper for you. So that's the kind of pepper you want. A coarse ground pepper is mixed into this dough. I'm going to put the recipe up on the screen, and right after that, I'm going to show you how to do this mix. So I've placed everything in the bowl except for the water. I'm going to start this up, and we're going to add the water right to it. This doesn't mix for very long. It's almost like a pie dough, so it doesn't need a real lot of mix. And the water's in. We're just going to let that mix for about a minute until everything is blended in. So this is just about ready. It mixed for about only a minute. It's all blended together, and I'm going to shut it off. I'm taking the dough right out of the bowl, just placing it on my work table. Put just a little bit of flour onto the work table so the dough doesn't stick to it. I'm going to roll this into kind of a log shape, and then I'm going to cut it into a portion of 6 because this will be enough to make 3 pies for us. So I'm going to cut 6 little units out of it, and that'll give us 3 bottoms and 3 tops. So just a log. I'm going to cut it roughly into half. Then each one of those halves, I'll put a little flour so it doesn't stick. Each one of those halves I'm going to cut into a third. And there's our 6 pieces, and this will be ready for us to use a little bit later on. We're not going to use it right away. We're going to let it rest for a couple hours, just wrapped in plastic. I'm putting it in this plastic wrap. I'll cover it up. If you were going to use it tomorrow or several hours later, you put it in your refrigerator, but then you would have to take it out and let it warm up. But if you're going to use it within 2 or 3 hours, you could just leave it at room temperature.